Listen up and listen good. I voted for you because of your no tax on overtime bill, amongst other things. But here's the deal. I just read your great big beautiful bill, and it's bullshit. The overtime, no tax on overtime, this is the way it works in that bill. You ready for this? You get a $10,000 tax deduction at the end of the year for overtime, if you make less than $100,000. Well, let me tell you something, boys and girls. There are very few skilled tradesmen in this country, and I'm talking about construction workers, especially union construction workers, oil field.
Donald Trump doesn't care about you or me or the middle class or blue collar workers or unions or the lower income families or literally anyone else, because friend, we don't have enough money to buy that man a plane. We don't have enough money to invest billions of dollars in his cryptocurrency and make him wealthier.
This is too little too late. The entire country knows that this man lies through his teeth. He's a 34 count felon on fraud charges. He has a history, a documented history of lying and ripping people off. And for some reason you thought he wouldn't tax your overtime. The FAFO has lost its charm. And now we're on this ride. Because voters like you put us on this ride. Buckle up.
Hey my people, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you my lovelies are watching this from, you're doing all right and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I appreciate all of you that keep supporting my members. A special shout out to you guys. You do me amazing. And of course to the generous souls that give me super thanks and super chats. Thank you so very much. Now you guys, we have another interesting episode to look at today. We have a MAGA supporter in here that is irritated and literally crashing out because apparently one of the recently passed bill, the one beautiful big bill, right? It was supposed to put cuts on taxes of those people that are working overtime. But apparently you must make a certain amount of money, right? If you're under a certain income tax bracket and it's lower than what they want, which is like you must be above or you must earn 100K a year, right? That's when you receive this. And now this man is getting a realization that he doesn't make that and therefore he's not gonna get the cuts, and because of that he's here like literally ranting and so upset at DT because he duped them. But we have quite a number of people that are responding to him that are saying, you know what, you're not regretting your vote. It's not because you want to even cross, you know, you deserve this. But anyway, let's look at his video, the reactions that come with it. Credit goes to the creators. We'll come back and talk about it. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, share. Let's watch this, come back and talk about it.
All right, you shady mother, listen up and listen good. I voted for you because of your no tax on overtime bill, amongst other things. But here's the deal. I just read your great big beautiful bill, and it's bullshit. The overtime, no tax on overtime, this is the way it works in that bill. You ready for this shit? You get a $10,000 tax deduction at the end of the year for overtime, if you make less than $100,000. Well, let me tell you something, boys and girls. There are very few skilled tradesmen in this country, and I'm talking about construction workers, especially union construction workers, oil field workers, truck drivers. None of them will be eligible for that $10,000 deduction because it stops at $100,000. That's right, $100,000. Now that sounds like a lot of money if you're from Oklahoma, but let me tell you what, if you live in Washington, Idaho, Montana, California, Oregon, Colorado, even Texas, all the coastal states, New York through Florida, $100,000 is just an average wage for a skilled tradesman. Your welders, your pipe fitters, your good framing carpenters. That's just, that, it doesn't get you there. It doesn't get you there. Which means we'll still be taxed on all of our overtime. 100%. This is bullshit. Now, if you're at the 7-Eleven and you're working overtime, you might have a chance. But this is not going to affect those of us in construction and manufacturing. It's just not. A good line welder, most of the country, you're talking $46, $55 an hour. Okay? Even more in a coastal state. As much as $60 or $70 an hour. And you work 10, 12 hours a day. This big, beautiful bill is a big pile of bullshit for skilled tradesmen. I said what I said. Bring the fucking heat. And another thing, truck drivers work 70 hours a week. Every week. And they don't get paid by the hour. There is no overtime. Bullshit. This is a bullshit bill. And it doesn't even come close to addressing the people who put you in office, which are the blue-collar workers of America. So, Donnie, I'm going to go the other way with this one. With this one, you dropped the ball. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, DJT. This is some fucking bullshit. If you don't fix this, you're going to lose this, bro. And tell your cronies in Congress, if they don't fix this, I guarantee you, 4 years from now, the majority of those seats will not be red. You pulled a lot of goddamn union brothers over to your side. And I appreciate your ideals most of the time. But this time, not so fucking much. Oh, by the way, not driving, riding. He's driving. The bald face. He doesn't even like your overtime bill. You. There it is. You share this shit. Let everybody know what the real deal is. I don't like being hoodwinked.
I was really just out here in my garden trying to enjoy the fruits of my labor and pick my cucumbers and green beans, and I came across your video as my TikTok was scrolling, and I just wanted to tell you, my friend, that Donald Trump doesn't care about you or me or the middle class or blue-collar workers or unions or the lower income families or literally anyone else, because, friend, we don't have enough money to buy that man a plane. We don't have enough money to invest billions of dollars in his cryptocurrency and make him wealthier. Donald Trump has always been and will always be a crook. Look at the people who had to sue him to have their contracts paid. Look at the businesses he has bankrupted. Look, the man has 34 felony convictions for fraud. I didn't make that up. Democrats didn't make that up. They proved it in a court of law. The Conservative Party has historically been anti-union. And it will probably continue to be anti-union because big corporations are stuffing their pockets with money, and big corporations don't want to pay you any more money than they have to, or give you any more benefits than they have to. So in order to keep corporations happy, conservatives have historically struck down any pro-union legislation and been union busters. I mean, look at Ronald Reagan. So look, we can have different ideals. You can be Republican and I can be a Democrat, and we can disagree on where we spend money or immigration policy or, God forbid, even abortion. But the truth of the matter is that MAGA is bought and paid for by big donations from big corporations and from people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and other multi-billionaires. So at the end of the day, friend, they're not here to work for us. Donald Trump doesn't care. He has nothing to lose. He may see your video. He may not. In fact, I would assume if he does see it, he will probably laugh at it, because that is the kind of callous asshole that he is. I encourage you to do a little bit of research about who votes for what when it comes to unions. Because if you want a president or a Congress that is pro-union, that will bolster up the middle class, I hate to tell you this, my friend, from this radical left lunatic, it's not MAGA.
I know plenty of people who don't make that type of money. And what I will say is that the people who do make that type of money, what the fuck are y'all spending y'all's money on? Realistically. Like, if you're taking care of all of your family, and when I mean by all of your family, I mean, we're talking about grandparents, we're talking about great grandkids, we're talking about all those individuals in our family. By all means, I could totally understand why you might be struggling. However, being able to earn over $100,000 a year for the typical Texan, we're not making that much. We know the value of a dollar, and if I was around that type of income, there shouldn't be any problems. I wouldn't even bitch if I didn't get a $10,000 tax break. I really wouldn't. That's just me.
Hey Cal, looks like you reached the old FAFO moment. I got a question for you, Cal. So it wasn't when they were ripping babies out of their mommy's arms that got you upset, right? It wasn't when he was selling out the country for his own financial gain. That didn't bother you. It wasn't when he was kicking people who served their country out of the military because of who they are. That didn't bother you at all, did it, Cal? It didn't bother you, Cal? It wasn't the myriad of reasons he is a horrific, horrible human being and a worse president, crashed the economy, mishandled the vid. Like, I could go on and on, but none of that bugged you, Cal. You still cast your vote, Cal. This one's got your goatee all in a mess, all in a bundle. Right? I voted for you because you're no tax on tips and overtime. You voted for that jerk? And you got the audacity to get on here and pretend? Dude, you have this coming, bro. You and all the rest. Some people might be so inclined to think this is a moment to reach out to you and extend a hand and welcome you into the fold. I'm not one of them. You made your bed, Cal. You lay in it. Okay? Snuggle up, big dog. Get a Trump pillow. Right? Rest your little goatee on the nape of his neck. I want you to think about something, Cal. Okay? With all the inhumane, horrific things you did, including to veterans and children. See, none of that bothered you, Cal. But man, that tax deduction didn't meet muster, did it, Cal? Well, Cal, that says more about you than anybody else. Have the day you deserve.
I mean, what did you expect? You chose this. Everybody warned you what would happen. I mean, we could have easily avoided this if you actually did your research, if you actually voted for Kamala Harris. At least she had qualifications, she had experience, and she had a much better economic plan than Donald Trump. I mean, journalists warned you what would happen. Other Republicans warned you, do not vote for Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure there are other blue-collar workers who told you, hey, do not vote for this man. Maybe next time, if people tell you do not touch the hot stove, it is hot, you're going to get hurt, how about you actually listen? But anyway, so I'm going to the store, I'm making cookies. What y'all want? Snickerdoodles, chocolate chip, peanut butter? What are we making tonight?
When you get exactly what you voted for, and then you have all the extra audacity to get on here and complain about it. We tried to tell you. You didn't listen. Enjoy it.
We tried for 4 long fucking years to tell you guys what Donald Trump's plan was for this country. 4 backbreaking fucking years. And you guys refused to listen. And now you have the balls to get on this app because now you're mad. Because, again, it's affecting you, isn't it? It's only supposed to affect everybody else. Not you, though. Right? The fact that you have the balls to get on this app and bitch about something you voted for, that we tried to get you not to vote for, but you guys were too interested in fucking conspiracy theories. Are you telling me this is the first time you've ever realized Donald Trump was shady? Despite all the fucking evidence we presented to you guys, now you all act surprised, like I can't believe he's fucking doing this. Well, what the fuck did you think he was going to do? I mean, the guy only had a book written outlining his plan in Project 2025 of what he was going to do. Do me a favor. Save your fucking rants, save your apologies, and stick them directly up your fucking ass. Because at the end of the day, you're just as culpable as he is. You have the day you fucking deserve.
Most magas that voted for this, in fact, I want to hear your opinions as well, you guys, because there's quite a number of voices in here that have, expressed their opinions. And I understand that quite a number of you even agree with their sentiments, right? But I definitely still want to hear what you think. And what advice would you give this, old man? Yeah, because it looks like he's not satisfied, but like what wasn't certain, what did he not make obvious before he came into office? He made sure and made it clear that his plan and goal was to actually make sure that he puts money in the pockets of billionaires and exempt them from paying taxes. And meanwhile, you, who does not make so much, you're the one that is going to be pressed. Even the little that you have is going to be taken away from you. Now, there's a scripture in the Bible that those that have more will be added onto, right? I think this man is really trying to apply this so bad, and it's gonna hurt a lot of people, right? And I see chances of so many people really, really going against him, because there's absolutely no way you're targeting poor people that are already struggling to make ends meet, and then even the little they have, you have to take it away from them and then give it to, to the rich. But the thing is about this man and many more people that are like him, MAGA supporters, they don't make that certain amount of money. That's why a lot of them are coming out. If they made this, trust me, they would be so excited. A lot of them would be excited to even put him back in office. And let me tell you this, a lot of them, even regardless of the things they are going through and the awakening they are going through, because a lot of them are going woke, because of course of the trends that are happening. So many people are citing out the bad things that he's doing. But even those that are going up so-called woke right now, you will find that a lot of them will still go back and support him and put him back in office, because it's like a cult. It's like he gives them hope, especially the racists. He gives them that confidence to be racist and hateful towards others, thinking these things are only going to affect others, thinking these things are only selective to the Democrats or other parties. Unfortunately, this is a whole country that has a lot of people, and all the policies that he's introducing is going to affect each and every one, not just one person, not one single person. So I wish they knew that. And I know, again, if it didn't affect them, they wouldn't even be on the internet. They would be celebrating, because quite a number of them here that say, oh, you people are excited in other people's misery. If misery happens on others, they're the first people to actually excite themselves. Did you see how happy some of them were when he started deporting people, like literally rallying on kids, parents, elderly people? Like, all of these things, they don't have a problem with them, right? But they do have a problem with the fact that he has touched something that is coming from their pockets. Well, the thing is, there's no way you're going to be spared, because nothing is written on you that you are MAGA, right? As long as you are under a certain income bracket, yes, you're going to have to face the same problems, the same issues, right? The same side effects of the policies he's putting in place, right? And shouldn't be complaining. You should be bundling all together with the same people that voted him in power and do something about it, because otherwise who's going to change it? Yeah, your voices matter, if they even do anyway, because it looks like he really doesn't care. He told them clearly, he was like, I don't even care about you guys. I only care for your votes. And those statements always go over people's heads, unfortunately. This is not to insult anybody, right? But those statements, because they are made in a joking manner, sometimes people might think it is just a passive joke, so they go over your head, and you don't, some people don't pick on some of the little things that he be saying, that he made clear he says, right? And he continuously throw these things in, even right now that he's in power. 5 months and everybody is already tired. I can only imagine the rest of the next 4 years, what it's going to be like, and he wants to come back in power. So hopefully these ones that are talking, that are complaining, they're willing to put him out, or maybe he wants to insert himself as a like president. I want you guys to let me know what you think about people like him that are now F-weighing, and they F-8 and now they are finding out, right? And thing is, yeah, in public, because they can't take it. Quite a number of them are really breaking down. This situation is getting them on their knees. So chances are you will have a lot of crossovers from MAGA to which we saw in the beginning of the year. But now, as much more other things keep going on and happening, there's quite more number that she's going to lose. If that happens, hopefully it does. Anyway, I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please join my channel membership as well if you want to see us grow. Super thank me. And yeah, I think I'll see you in another amazing video from me for today. That's it. I love all of you. Bye.